Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the Forex market for November 6, 2024, with a strong look at what could be coming our way tomorrow, on November 7th. So, if you're following the markets closely and planning your next moves, grab a coffee and let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the big movers from today. We had a lot of action across the board, and for those trading pairs like Euro to US dollar to Japanese yen, and pound sterling to US dollar, there was no shortage of volatility. With some major economic data releases today, it's no surprise we saw some swift movements. So, first up, let's talk about today's big reports. We got some crucial economic indicators from both Europe and the US that set the tone for the trading day. In the US, we saw the release of the latest non-farm productivity numbers, and they came in a bit below expectations. This data point put pressure on the US dollar as traders looked for signs of how it might impact the Federal Reserve's stance in the near term. Meanwhile, over in the Eurozone, the latest retail sales data was released, and it actually came in stronger than expected. That gave the euro some support throughout the day, especially in light of lingering concerns about economic growth slowing down across Europe. Now, let's break down a few major pairs and what the charts are telling us. Euro to US dollar. Starting with Euro to US dollar, the euro has been on a bit of a rebound. Today's retail sales numbers helped, and we've seen it push back up after testing a recent support level. If you're holding on to any euro longs, you're probably feeling optimistic about tomorrow. But keep an eye on resistance levels around 1.10. If we see any profit taking, it could easily pull back to test that 1.0950 area. US dollar to Japanese yen. Next up, US dollar to Japanese yen. This pair was active today. With the US dollar under a little pressure due to weaker than expected productivity data, we saw yen strength pushing the pair lower. If this momentum carries over to tomorrow, we might see US dollar to Japanese yen testing lower levels, especially if traders continue betting on more yen strength in response to these US figures. Pound sterling to US dollar. Finally, let's talk pound sterling to US dollar. The pound has been in a pretty narrow range lately. Even with today's news, it's still consolidating. However, I'd say watch for a potential breakout tomorrow if there's a strong catalyst. If the dollar loses further ground, we could see pound sterling to US dollar make a move back toward 1.2750. Alright, so what's on the agenda for tomorrow? Well, we have a few more data releases that could impact the dollar and other major currencies. First, we'll be watching for the US initial jobless claims. Now, this number has been relatively stable, but any spike could lead to dollar weakness as it would signal a cooling labor market. A low jobless claim number, though, would likely give the dollar a lift. And over in the UK, the Bank of England is expected to release some insights on the state of the economy. If we get anything hawkish, that could push the pound higher, especially against a softer dollar. Let's talk levels to watch. If you're trading euro to US dollar, keep an eye on that 1.10 resistance. If it breaks, we could be looking at a bullish run, but if it reverses, look for a test of 1.0950. With US dollar to Japanese yen, 147.50 is going to be a key support level. A break below that might signal further yen strength. And remember, these key levels can really help you refine your entry and exit points, especially during volatile trading days. Now, when it comes to trading strategies for tomorrow, think about using stop-loss orders tightly around these levels. With the dollar under some pressure, don't be surprised if we see some quick moves after each data release. So, bottom line, there's potential for some great trading opportunities as we move into tomorrow. Keep those economic releases on your radar, especially the initial jobless claims and anything unexpected out of the Bank of England. And as always, stay disciplined, manage your risk carefully, and don't get too emotionally tied to any one position. That's it for today's market analysis and forecast. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you're the first to know when we drop our next update. Leave a comment below if there's a currency pair you'd like us to cover in detail next time. Until then, trade smart, stay safe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.